What is going on, everyone? Badger here. Be sure to like and sub, and let's get into this. And unfortunately, these are the results. These are the results of what happens when you release broken games, incomplete games, or broken incomplete games that are then also co-opted by DEI, both from inside the studio and outside. Thank you, all your narrative consultancy companies. But here we have Indie Game Corp, Ascendant Studios, lays off nearly half its employees after Immortals of Aveum sales disappoint. Video game companies cannot tank the losses that the movie industry can, and now we're seeing it. Ascendant Studios, the California-based video game developer funded by Call of Duty programmer Brett Robbins, has laid off approximately 45% of its employees just weeks after the launch of its debut title, Immortals of Aveum. The studio had employed over 100 people as of April 2023 before letting go around 40 staff members in a round of layoffs that Robbins described as a painfully difficult but necessary decision. The remaining 20% have been reported to be on furlough. And I'm sure some will say that this is very common and that I've even heard Mark Kern talk about this, how video game companies will pad their numbers for crunch times and finishing and then lay them off. This seems to be that plus a little bit more, though, because they were not planning on doing it. And that's where we have here is that the layoffs come in the wake of underwhelming sales for Immortals of Aveum, Ascendant Studios' first ever video game release. According to the sources at the studio, disappointing commercial reception for the fantasy action RPG was the primary driver behind the significant reduction in Ascendant's workforce. One former employee speculated that sales had fallen short of targets by as much as 80 to 90%. Oof. That's bad. That's real bad. After attrition, they were down to around 40 to 45 employees remaining. Approximately 30 of those employees were put on furlough this week. Ascendant Studios has furloughed the majority of their staff. I can't imagine what that would be like, as that is worse than getting laid off. It would be good to get eyes on people there looking for work. Stuff like this shouldn't fly under the radar. A mere satvat for responsibility. Not sure what the numbers are like, but I'm probably guessing around 30 folks. And a follow-up, they had a 45% layoffs 3 weeks after launch, which impacted 50 people. There's been a bit of an attrition since, but the remaining team is probably somewhere around 40 to 45 folks before furlough. I'm just estimating. I was there at peak headcount. Also, not everyone was furloughed. That leaves them with likely less than 20 employees if compared to the approximately 100 plus employees they had before the game launched in August. Immortals of Aveum had been in development for several years, and that's the thing, these ships take years to course correct if they can at all. Was the inaugural project for Ascendant Studios, which Robbins funded in 2018 with the backing of Chinese internet technology company NetEase. Billed as a AAA game experience powered by a proprietary cloud gaming technology, expectations were high for Immortals to make a splash as a showcase title. And I remember seeing it and I just didn't care. It just didn't look interesting to me. However, the game garnered only middling reviews from critics upon its release on March 10th, 2023, with many praising its visuals and combat, but criticizing its story, characters, and an overall lack of polish. This appears to have been a contributing factor to it failing to attract a broad commercial audience for a studio as ambitious and as well-funded as Ascendant. The lackluster amount to a significant setback. Yeah, the lackluster reception amounted to a significant setback. In his statement announcing the layoffs, Robbins praised his team's accomplishments in building Ascendant from the ground up and bringing in a fully new IP to market powered by brand new technology. Well, that didn't work. So, however, the cuts made to the team illustrate the harsh realities of the gaming industry, where new studios often struggle to turn critical success into commercial viability within their early years. While praising his former team members and promising to support those affected, Robbins signaled Ascendants would stay the course with Immortals, vowing continued future updates and offers. So if you're playing that, feel great. Hope your anxiety is assuaged. To build on the IP's foundation. For instance, the announced FSR3 console update is outsourced to an external studio, so it will likely still happen. Okay, well, unfortunately, I feel bad for them. Yes, this is just another lesson of you gotta put everything into your games. Can't even, I guess, maybe blame this on DEI, even though they're showing something right there. This seems to just be you didn't have all your gameplay mechanics down and you didn't work on your advertising. So let me know what you think of this. If you've played this, if you've even heard of the studio before. I've heard of this game, but just like I said, every time I saw it, it did not look interesting to me. So let me know what you think of this. Be sure to like, share, and sub. If you've done that, thank you. If you're going to do that, thank you. And
well, bye.